Hello and welcome back to Bolt Action CP. Today I've decided to break my Germans out and do a little showcase on them, similar to what I did with my American Force. We'll start out with my mainline infantry, which are German Grenadiers. These are late war Normandy era Grenadiers. Actually a mix of the new Grenadier box and the old Grenadier box. If you look closely, you can pick out the older ones. They have less detail. The weapons are a little bit skinnier, but overall, just in a group, they match up pretty well. So these guys are armed with MG42s, assault rifles, Panzerfaust, all your standard late war Grenadier armament. I bought a few extra bits. I bought the bear heads blister. I bought the foliage covered helmet blister just to give them a little bit of variety. The plastic Grenadiers are really nice. They have the shelter quarter camo, and they come with just a lot of stuff, so they're really nice. I usually run these guys as regular infantry, kit them out with 2 or 3 assault rifles. I try not to go too assault rifle crazy on each squad, but I think 3 is a good number to have. So back here I have these are the SS Sturm Battalion Charlemagne models. I use these I'll run them as a Brandenburger squad or as an SS squad or just a regular veteran squad. This is the first attempt I made at painting the SS camo patterns, the P dot and the oak leaf. And it was a lot of fun to do, just something different. They had the little French flag flash on their left arm, but I didn't paint those up. So those guys are Brandenburger. When I run them as those guys, they're pretty nasty. They have a lot of special rules, and they're tough fighters, they're not tough fighters, but they have a pistol. They get 2 attacks, and they're fanatics, but you pay for them. So over here I have my Grenadier support weapons. That's your standard MG42 light howitzer, which is a great unit to take. It's cheap. It can do D6 hits, and then can fire directly as well. Got my flamethrower and Panzerschreck. Over here I have a forward observer team for calling in airstrikes or artillery strikes. Back here I have some indirect fire weapons. I have a heavy mortar with spotter. I don't take them very often, but just like any unit in this game that you pay points for, a lot of points for, it's worth it when it hits, but it doesn't hit very often. Here I have my medium howitzer. This thing puts out 2d6 hits, and it can really wreck a whole squad if you can hit them. And the good thing about howitzers is they fire directly and indirectly, so you don't have to. You have a choice of, if you can't hit on a 6 and you need a 7, then fire indirect, or if you can hit better than 6, then you fire directly. And then they have a spotter. Over here is my German High Command. I just use those guys as an objective marker. Here we have my inexperienced squad. These are the Kriegsmarine. They're metal models, really nice, well detailed. Also just something different to paint besides the fuel gray and the camo. A lot of blues and whites and light grays. I've never used an inexperienced squad in a game yet, but I'm going to try them out I think next time. I think it's only 70 points or something like that for 10 of them, so they're really cheap and they can do something. If you put them in a house, they're gonna do so. They can hold something at least until they get assaulted. Over here I have my metal Fallschirmjägers. This is the 500 point starter army. There's the officer and his RTO and the medic. Got 2 squads with LMG, a couple SMGs, FG42s or assault rifles, Come with a sniper team, another flamethrower, Panzerschreck, the medium mortar team, and the MG42. Mainly I run these guys as a engineer squad with the just somewhere to hide the flamethrower in. A 6-man team, I usually run them in, put them in a vehicle and drive them up, kind of a suicide unit to use that flamethrower. But sometimes they'll live and be able to do something on the next turn. So give them a couple of submachine guns and they can do an assault or claim an objective, so they're an effective unit. So back here we'll go into the vehicles. These are all my transports. I got a Kettengrad, and the Goliath actually came with the Kettengrad, so I built it. I haven't used it yet, but it could be fun for just to try it out. I got 2 Kubelwagons. Usually use those for the Panzerschrecks, just so they have more mobility and they can get to the side of the board where their enemy tank might be. Also, if I'm running a solo flamethrower, I'll put him in there. This heavy field car, I use that for my engineer squad. It holds 6 men, so it's perfect for the 6-man engineers with the flamethrower. Got just 2 standard trucks. They're good just for mobility. Put a squad in there with the officer, or however you want to do it, can hold 12 men. This is my heavy half-track. That's actually a 1960s vintage model I got off eBay, because it's hard to find a 1/48 scale one of those heavy half-tracks anywhere. So found it on eBay, bought it, painted it up. It blends in well with the other ones. All these, by the way, are Tamiya 1/48 scale vehicles. So coming up here to the front row, we have the half-track. I don't really use the half-track that much. It's kind of too expensive for what it does, I think, in the game. But I wanted to buy one, so there it is. Got 2 armored cars. Got the Puma and the 8-Rad with the 20mm cannon on it. The good thing about this one is it's closed top and it's got dual direction steering, so it's wheeled. It can get across the board quick. It can evade because it can make a full run backwards. Same with the Puma. So these are both good. They have different uses. The Puma is kind of a tank killer. It's got a medium anti-tank gun on it. Here we have my Stug. Right now it's configured as a Stug 42, a medium howitzer, but I can change the barrel out and make it a regular Stug. Got your standard Panzer IV here, just your basic German tank. It's got a heavy anti-tank gun, so that's nice. Got 2 machine guns. Here's my Brummbär. This is an assault gun. It's got a heavy howitzer on it, 3d6, so it can really dish out some punishment. This one, actually, the body or the chassis is the Panzer IV chassis, and I bought the top as a resin upgrade, so you can make your own Brummbär with it. I wanted a Brummbär. They don't make a 1/48 Brummbär, so I just bought the 2 parts and put them together. I think it came out pretty good. They fit pretty well together. There's a few small gaps, but not too bad. And on the end here is the beast, the Tiger. Very expensive in game, but it's pretty much invulnerable except for to airstrikes or artillery a lot of the time. I've used it once, I had fun with it. It did a lot of damage, but it's just so expensive that I don't take it very often. Force is still growing. I think I want to get an 88, and I want to get a Panther. I just ordered a Hetzer I'm going to be getting pretty soon. So anyway, I just wanted to show off these guys a little bit and maybe motivate myself to do some more painting on them and buy a couple more things. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.